Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's the business, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess. And we're here to talk about Ian Smith and Tamron Hall. Okay, now, you know, I have an article here from the Jasmine brand, okay? Dr. Ian Smith basically called Tamron out for limiting appearances from black people. Basically saying, don't pitch us your black clients. Pitch us your white clients. In so many words, Tamron doesn't want no black folks on her show. She wants the white folks on her show. That's basically what Dr. Ian Smith has insinuated, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this article from the Jasmine brand. Y'all know from most of the time I get most of my shit from the JasmineBrand.com. Shout out to the Jasmine brand, of course. Then I'm going to read it, going to give y'all my opinion, and y'all leave y'all opinion below, okay? So let's get into this mess, okay? Jasmine author Ian Smith seemingly alleges that an African-American daytime talk show host explicitly avoids incorporating black experts on their talk show and sees their production as a white show. While appearing on Sirius XM's Karen Hunter show, Dr. Ian Smith spoke up against an initially unnamed television host's anti-black practices. After first thanking Karen Hunter for providing a platform for professional voices, particularly of people of color, Ian Smith goes on to address major shows' hesitance to do so. He states, "There are a lot of people who look like me, who are equally educated, equally articulate, who are not getting a platform on major shows. And you know they won't bring on an African American or Latino people as experts to talk about things like education, sociology, or medicine, or law. They will only bring us on when we're an entertainer or an athlete, or when we do something salacious. There is a talk show with an African-American host, with an African-American executive producer that has said to publicists, do not pitch us your black clients. We are not a black show. Pitch us your white clients. We don't want to be looked at as a black show." He continues, "However, this show will continue to bring on black experts when they do something salacious, when they're in the headlines for doing something bad. They'll bring on black people to talk about that. But they won't bring us on to talk about COVID, to talk about education, to talk about law, when we can look professional like experts." And I'm putting this show on blast because when white shows and white hosts don't let us on, we criticize them. But the same criticism has to be held for shows that are helmed and hosted by black people to keep us off of the airwaves. And it's just not right. In response to Ian's allegations against the unnamed show, Karen Hunter then inquires about the specifics, to which he replies, "It's a talk show on a main channel." The two go on to discuss how white supremacist culture seeps into the entertainment business. At the same time, Karen Hunter attempts to determine who the talk show host in question is, as Smith was hesitant to name drop anyone. Towards the end of the interview, Smith begins to sum up his stance by saying, "For someone to actually say to people, do not pitch us your black clients, pitch us your white clients because we are not a black show, that is disgusting to say in this year, and people should be held accountable for that." In response, Hunter jaw-droppingly announces, "All right, well, Tamron Hall, you heard it." Tamron Hall's talk show, The Tamron Hall Show, is executively produced by Candy Carter, who previously served as an EP for The View. The show debuted back in 2019 and was renewed for a third season late last year. What are your thoughts on Dr. Ian K. Smith's allegations? Comment down below and let us know. And that was the article from the Jasmine brand, basically stating that Ian Smith was basically putting Tamron Hall on blast for not giving black educated people a platform to speak on. And here's what I gotta say about that. I don't necessarily watch the Tamron Hall show. Like, I peek in it depending on who's on there, you know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I'm really not surprised though. Like, I'm really not surprised, and I hate that I'm not surprised by it. But I'm really not terribly surprised by that type of behavior. I'm not surprised at all. And I do think that if there are black productions like this that are withholding opportunities for black professionals to come on and speak on things like education and law and drugs and COVID-19 and health and everything like that. If you're only allowing white people on your show, then you need to be called out whether you're black or not. And a lot of the times when it comes down to us calling out like black creators like Tamron Hall, who is being called out for not giving black people the leeway to come on her show, we always say, well, the white people do it all the time, or white people do this, or white people do that. And we always call out white people for not giving black people the chance to come on their platform to be able to speak and, you know, be eloquent and talk about things that really matter besides this bullshit that I talk about every damn day on my channel. You know, they don't never really give us a chance to do that. And we always call them out because they don't let us be on their platforms to speak, which, in my opinion, we shouldn't even be trying to rally up to be on their damn platforms to speak on anything when there's several black platforms that we can go on and speak on, but being that white platforms are the most viewed, that's where they want to be at, and that's why people think that they are so much better than black shows. It's just like when people, you know, tear down the BET Awards, but then they up shit like the Grammys, who really don't respect black talent at all. It be that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And we always call them out, but yet we do let these black creators fly under the radar when they do bullshit like what Tamron Hall is doing. How can you say that you're not a black show when you are a black talk show host and your executive producer is a black woman? Girl, you a black show. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some BS to me. Like, girl, you are a black show. And I feel like she should be called out for it. If we're going to call out these white folks for, you know, being divisive, we should call out these black motherfuckers for doing the same damn thing. Like, you going to let your white counterparts come on here and be able to be educated and talk about this and talk about that and let them be experts and shit like that, but you don't allow African American experts to come on your platform and do the same thing. It's really ridiculous to me. It's really ridiculous. And let me tell you, I don't have nothing against Tamron Hall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she does a great job at being a talk show host, honestly. Like, I ain't really got no personal issue with her at all. But I just call things out like I see it. And, like, from what I see, she on some BS. That's how I'm seeing it, to be honest. Like, that's just really how I see it, honestly. Like, she's on some BS, and that's just what it is. Honestly. That's just what it is. She's on the BS. And there's nothing that can be said about that at all. She's on the BS. Pretty much. But it's like, you know, like I said, if we're going to call out the white creatives, we need to call out the black ones. Like, because I thought that was very crazy to me that it's really, that shit is really being done. But that just goes back to the whole white is right situation and all this other stuff. Like, you would rather have white experts on your show to speak to black people. And girl, white people don't watch your show. Black people watch your show. Who you think watch your shit? Who you think watch your shit? I mean, we all have to be mindful of who our audience is. Like, let's just be 100. 90% of my audience is black women. The other 10% is black men, and they're probably gay. I don't even have a big gay following. Most of the people that watch me is black women. They watch me. They support me. The gays don't fucking support me at all. So, you know, it is what it is, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm never surprised about most things these days at all. I'm really not surprised. But how? But, you know, that's something for Tamron ass to live with. Because, baby, if you really believe that that show is a white program, you are out of your fucking mind. Because ain't nobody white watching this shit. They ain't watching it. They ain't watching it. Period. You know they're not. They're watching Ellen and shit like that. They ain't watching your show. They watching the talk. They ain't watching you. What make you think they watching you, girl? But girl, bye. Anyway, that's all I got to say about Tamron Hall being called out by Ian Smith. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Do whatever you see fit. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, both my Twitter and my Instagram will be at the bottom of the video. Alright? With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Till my next video. I'll holler at you later. Peace out.